Hey guys, another word. So, a way you can test whether someone's knowledge and wisdom is from God is by reading the Bible. When you read these stories in the Bible, you'll start to learn the morals of it. And when you learn the morals of it, you'll start to apply it to your own life, which is intentional. And when you do, come back to that word that you heard in the beginning, whether it was from someone who spoke on social media, that said an encouraging word, or that said a prophetic word, and put it side by side. Do these morals match what I just read in the Bible? Do they match? And how do they match? Do they match in a good way or in a bad way? Are there any similarities with what was spoken over here versus what is in the Bible? If there are no similarities, if these things are contradicting, it is not from God. Whatever word you received from that person, or whatever thought you had, or whatever confusion you had, that is not from God. If it does not match the morals from the stories in the Bible, morals about character, morals about how to make decisions, then it is not from God. A simple example I can give is people in the Bible, kings, David, Moses, even Abraham. They weren't just going to God for wisdom and then said, okay, I got enough experience going to God for wisdom. Now I have enough wisdom to go on my own. They never did that. And for some of them, they did. And when those people did, they realized they need God more than they thought. They needed to stay and commune with God in order to carry out the calling that God had over their lives, in order to carry out the plan that God had over their lives. They had to stay grounded in God and in His Word in order to continue to walk and move without any unnecessary distractions or any unnecessary delays. Because again, just like back then and how it is now, looks can be deceiving. And so the only way to truly know if something is from God or if it's from the devil is by reading a story in the Bible and learning the moral of it. And if the story in the Bible matches your situation, compare it to the morals. Are these the same? Is this biblically sound? Would God say that? This is how God spoke to these people in this way. And even though He speaks to people in many different ways, He still says one particular thing: trust Him. He never switches it up, ever. The only way to truly know is if you dive into that word, put it side by side, and if the morals do not match and it's not from God. Okay? It's just like putting two pieces of cake next to each other. This cake got poison in it. On the inside, it's very evident that it may have poison in it, but you don't know that from the outside. It looks pretty, it looks good, it looks nice. But all you know is it's a piece of cake. It looked good. Then you have another cake that's actually good for you. And when you put them side by side, you would never know just by looking at them. They sound the same. They look fluffy. The icing looks okay. It looks nice. But it takes for you to actually dive into the cake to see and compare it side by side. Ooh, okay, no, this cake is toxic. It got all kind of green stuff in it. It looks moldy on the inside. I don't think I'm supposed to be eating that cake. And then you look at this cake, you look on the inside of it, there's nothing wrong with it. No moldiness, no nothing of the sort. Use that same practice when testing the Spirit by the Spirit. When trying to figure out what you're confused about, or when trying to make a decision, or when trying to compare certain things. Use that analogy to practice going to God. About morals, about the things going on around you. Use that. That's the best way I can give it. When you do, and you start sifting through it, and you're like, Okay, I'm putting them side by side, but they're not the same. Exactly. That gives you your answer right there. It is not from God. Okay? That's how you know when you read certain stories. And even if you don't intentionally read stories about people in the Bible and you just look through a random verse, when you're reading the word, God will kind of instruct you in the spirit to move to a certain chapter that he wants you to read. Or maybe even if it's a random chapter that you're reading, he will reach you right then and there. He will speak to you in that story. He will speak to you in your thoughts and test the spirit by the spirit. Would God do this? Yes, he would. He did it to so many different people. He did it to Samuel when he was shadowing Eli and they were asleep in the temple of God. And Samuel in his sleep, he's hearing God, but he doesn't know it's God. He thinks it's his master Eli. He's like, I hear you, my king. What do you want with me? He's like, I didn't call you. He did this 3 times until Eli realized that's God calling you. That's God talking to you. I never called you. But see, the difference is there are not going to be many Elis out in this world. They're not going to tell you, especially the devil. They're not going to tell you, you didn't get that from me. You must need to hear from God. You're not going to get that from a lot of people in this world. Not from anybody in this world, matter of fact. And God will reveal to you. He revealed to you through scripture. He will. He uses it often. Okay? Take that with you. Bye.